Good morning here at 8:11. Mike Johnson with you on the Guest of the Day segments. Welcoming into the studio today, Bob Murphy and Dick Raker with Delaware County Pheasants Forever. It's that time, isn't it? It's Pheasants Banquet time.
Hey, yes, and thanks for letting us be here today for the guests of the day, Michael. It is pheasant time, and we're getting ready to do our banquet. Last year we had a virtual banquet because of COVID, and this year we will have an in-person banquet, which will be up at the pavilion, and it'll be on November the 27th, Saturday, November 27th, and it'll be at the Delaware County Pavilion, starting at 5 o'clock, and then dinner will be served around 6:45. If people are interested in getting tickets to the Delaware County Pheasants Forever, they can get hold of our members, and they would be able to provide them with tickets. They could call Wayne Wessels. His name is out in a couple of our billboards that we have out showing that the banquet is coming up here.
All right. So before we talk more about the banquet, I want to talk about your Delaware County chapter of Pheasants Forever. You guys have done an amazing amount of things to protect the habitat of the pheasants, and you've seen an increase in pheasants out there, haven't you?
They definitely has been an increase, and we're pretty lucky in Delaware County for the efforts. I think of our Delaware County Pheasants Forever, as well as the farmers around the area. You know, there has been habitat for those pheasants to survive, and we've had some good winners where they've been able to survive as well. And I think people are seeing the benefits that we have put forth, as well as others. For the hunting season this year. We've been lucky, but we've done a number of things. We purchased a number of Buffalo Creek area. If you ever get down in that area, we 4 or 5 years ago, we purchased about 350 acres.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Dick, you've got some more details about all of the cool things that you guys have been able to do over the years.
Yes, I kind of got a list of things here that we've done just this year. We helped facilitate the planting of 810 acres of native grasses that will be used for nesting areas for the pheasants, and that also benefits your songbirds and your butterflies. We have another 207 acres of food plots that we helped with. On October 23rd, we sponsored in the field youth hunt involving 20 kids from the area, ages 12 to 15. We supplied 40 birds. We had Ken Pasker, who is the hunter safety instructor for this area, kids before they went out to the woods. Then we helped support the veterans hunt that was held in Dubuque County this year. And then we also offered up to 3 scholarships to the local schools for any kids that are going on to serve in the conservation area. So we've had a pretty busy year
working with those youth. That's a great deal to get those kids interested in this, and hopefully that they can keep this tradition going over the years.
Yes, and as a sponsor for that youth hunt, we supply everything. We supply the shells. They get a chance to shoot clay pigeons before they go out to the field, just to kind of get warmed up and get used to the guns. We also require that an adult goes with each kid to the field, so we keep them, safe and hunting in line and just learning about hunting. So some of these kids, it's the first time they've ever handled a gun, and so we're pretty proud of that.
Making memories too. I mean, for these kids, you took me back, a lot of years. My cousin Fred took me out pheasant hunting for the very first time, and that was quite an experience. And I got chewed out a couple of times for not handling that gun just properly. So it's great to have the adults be able to teach those kids exactly what they need to be doing when they're out there.
Yeah, and I had to remind them a few times that this isn't a track meet. It's a kind of a slow walk marathon, and that we really need to be mindful of hunter safety.
Yeah, very good. Now, along with the banquet, you have a lot of sponsors that help you out with this, and a lot of benefits for being a sponsor for Delaware County Pheasants Forever.
Mike Bob Murphy here, but the sponsors, we try to get as many sponsors as we possibly can, and we have a $300 sponsorship, and then we have $1,000 sponsorship. With a sponsorship, all sponsors receive 2 banquet tickets, a subscription to Pheasants Forever, recognition in our banquet, as well as be included in some special drawings. At each level, you get a different set of standards for that drawing. But if anybody would be interested in being a sponsor, we would encourage them to get hold of one of our Delaware County Pheasants Forever officers, and they would be able to help you. Along with that, we give them a plaque that every year you put in that plaque, it would be a medallion, and the medallion has the year in which you had joined Pheasants Forever. And it is just a nice little, a feather in your cap with regard to the sponsorship on it. All right.
There you go. And there's all kinds of great things going on at the banquet itself. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we have a number of things that are going to take place, and they'll probably start right around 5:30. But we have a Reed's banner where people purchase a card, and with that card, they would tear it in half. And Reed's Banquet has all of these. They have actually a number of individual. Like guns, you name it, hunting vest. You could choose what you want if you were to win that. We have a 1-gun table. We have a filthy pheasant table where people in that table would put a certain amount of money in an envelope, and it's just taken. There's only so many of them, and then that would be drawn out. And with that is a retail cost of 4 guns would be given away, which is around $2,000. Mm-hmm. They would have a possibility of a pick of an auction. We have a squares game. We had a mad outhouse where we have an outhouse, and within that outhouse, nobody knows what's in there except the guys that put it in there, but there will be a bid on that. We have reverse bingo that's going to take place that night as well as a great meal that's getting prepared.
So in reverse bingo, you don't want your number to be called, right?
That's correct. We had everybody that's involved. You stand up, and then if your number's called, you have to sit down. So last man standing, I believe that's what it's called.
Just all kinds of great games, something great for the whole family. You'll have a meal and prizes, door prizes, but also auction items that you'll have quite a few really neat unique auction items.
Yeah, there's a number of items that we will be auctioning off as well, but and those will be gone throughout the evening, and we will do a good job of representing Delaware County Pheasants for everybody. All right,
very good. So one more time, why don't you tell us how we can get tickets and when everything is, where, and all that good stuff.
Yes, the banquet is on November 27th, which is a Saturday after Thanksgiving. You can contact anybody that's on the board of Pheasants Forever. We have several signs posted around the area that has Wayne Wessel's phone number on it, and also Tony Helmrich's. And if you know anyone else like Bob or myself that you'd like to get tickets from, we certainly have them for you.
And no tickets sold at the door, right?
No tickets will be sold at the door. And one other thing, we're going to have a really good meal that night, catered by Annette Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be roast beef and pork loin, along with cheesy mashed potatoes, green beans, a dessert, and your drinks. So,
all right.
So it'll be a really worthwhile meal for folks to show up for.
Yeah, I mean the ticket price worth the meal alone. Who knows? You might come home with a gun or two too.
Yes, and even some items that aren't hunting related.
Sure,
you know, we've had. I can't tell you right now everything we're going to have because the stuff is still coming. There'll be something for everyone there.
All right, Dick Raker and Bob Murphy with us. Delaware County Pheasants Forever Banquet is coming up on Saturday, November 27th. Get your tickets now. Guys, thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thank you, Mike. We
Thanks,
appreciate
Mike.
everything.
Guest of the Day segment brought to you by Bill Thomas, Farm Bureau Financial Services.